It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll keep our eye on A.J. Terrell, who's had quarterbacks numbers all season, coming down with 7 picks. It's the Lions and the 49ers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Now the Michigan man, Jake Moody, to get us started. And we are underway from Ford Field. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. And trotting out there leading them is their 4th-year quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. Second and 11. And his pass incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
They went for the deep shot early, and that's fine, but I don't think it was the right target to throw it to. You had 3 other guys sprinting downfield, and I thought 2 of them were open. Could have avoided an interception there by attacking a different player in coverage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Here's Purdy on 1st and 10. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Purdy to throw again on 2nd and 10. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he returns this to the 22. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Trying to find Jamison Williams, but now it'll be 3rd down. But backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. You look at this Niner defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
They forced 7 turnovers. Seven. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky for the other.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taking it about the 36. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. A man who played collegiately over in East Lansing. Here's Ken Walker. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, 49ers. Kenneth Walker with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out now come the Lions. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back to throw here. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Well, this defense for the Niners, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one. But 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Fielded just inside the 30. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And out will come the offense as they take over. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And now the 1,400-yard mark eclipsed. A touchdown on that last drive. He's put together such a solid season. We always talk about 1,000-yard campaigns, and 2,000 so elusive, but 1,500, that's a nice total to aim toward, too.
It really is, because when you get to that type of a number, you know those guys up front have done yeoman duty, right? And what we don't give them enough credit for is not just the initial blocks that they make. It's that 2nd and 3rd block. Sometimes you get the combination blocks where you're running the power game. But how about the linemen who can get their block on the line of scrimmage and climb to the 2nd and the 3rd level and get linebackers and defensive backs downfield to gain additional yardage?
And they have done that to perfection almost this year. Purdy to throw it on 1st down. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Purdy. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now on 1st down, it's Purdy. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage, and it was nearly intercepted. So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that. And by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half. Backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know the funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Kyle Pitts, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to add on to that lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes our score 17-0. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it was the tight end Kyle Pitts finishing it all off on the touchdown reception. So an early advantage now and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. They'll look to throw here. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field. And CD, assuming he stays healthy, assuming the health, should get to that 1,000-yard mark pretty easily.
And the best part of what he's done so far is allows him and the team to relax their pursuit a little bit. Meaning, if they just have normal games, they'll get to the 1,000-yard mark. They don't have to force anything. But one of the reasons he's having the year he's having is what I call route running arrogance. They think there's no one that can cover them. No matter how many people are put in his direction, it just doesn't matter. He's going to find a way to beat them. And so far this year, he's done exactly that.
He sure has. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Throwing here, Purdy. And it's caught. Touchdown 49ers. Jamar Chase. He has career touchdown number 78, tying him with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the 49ers are able to widen their advantage. Moody good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. And Detroit getting set to go now. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this first quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
Taken down at the 30. You look at this Niner defense. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line.
2 yards. Complete to Jamison Williams. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
Now 3rd and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. That is incomplete. 4th down now as San Fran's defense was strong in coverage. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps him inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback, and the ball will come out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Purdy off the play fake. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, Walker. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
How about his performance last week? Over 200 yards. I think his decisiveness, one cut and he goes, that's what's really made him pile up the yardage.
And the yardage he piled up last week, easily honored with NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I would have voted for him.
And shedding through the tackle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
49er first down.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The Niners passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down. Purdy looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
That is caught. Touchdown. Justin Jefferson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers are able to add on to their first half lead. Moody good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
31, Lions 3. Jake Moody to kick off for the
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Over the middle, complete to Judy.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a...
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Niners are going to get it back here just past the 35.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Purdy from the gun. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and
taking it right down Broadway. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
Well, he looked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps, and delivers a big play here for this offense.
And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Jamar Chase
with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year.
And the 49ers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this first half.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away.
With it on the return now, here's Westbrook.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
On 2nd down, here's Gibbs.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll set up a throw.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Brock Purdy and the offense back out there.
He continues to just torch this defense. Perfect on the last drive, including his 4th touchdown pass of the game.
Similar to hitters that are in that great zone in baseball, and they say the ball looks bigger when it's approaching the plate and they're smacking it around. I think for him, the windows to throw into are wide open. Doesn't matter whether they're tight or not. He feels like it's wide open, puts it in there. 4 touchdown passes. He thinks he's going to throw a whole lot more before this one's over.
A throw over the middle taken in and out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Here's Purdy.
His throw incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
They go play action here. Purdy.
Being chased out left. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the 1st, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Purdy now to throw.
And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers.
Puka Nacua.
His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Niners have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
The kick is good.
Moody good with the extra point.
And the route is on here in this 1st half.
And 3. Jake Moody to kick off for the 49ers.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away.
With it on the return now, here's Westbrook.
And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
10 at the 31-yard line.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. On play action, they'll throw. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down.
Ridiculous, take him out.
Counter play, here's Gibbs.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded at the 33. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return.
Jamar Chase hoping to be at center stage yet again as the offense returns to the field.
We're in the second quarter. He already has 2 touchdowns. We know how good he is. That's well documented. How do you contain him?
We know he's a nightmare. So in this situation, I would go ahead and double him, maybe even have a third person in the area, and try and dissuade them from throwing him the football. Make someone else beat me for a while, because I don't know that their talents are his, because when he gets his hands on the ball, he breaks down my entire D. Someone else, they may not make the same type of a play.
Well, we know his talents are very good. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Purdy.
And he fit, but now he's swallowed up and taken down.
Getting home that time to Marvian Overshown. On 4th down, Matt Ariza sent on to punt.
And it's 3 and out.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've
passed the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the 2nd half. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They've gone 2 months without a loss, 8 straight wins for them, and they've got the lead here in this one as well, trying to make it 9 in a row.
3rd quarter begins with a run by Walker. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Well, they found him 8 times in that first half, and this is his first catch of quarter number 3.
Play action. Now Purdy. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple.
Now Purdy. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Again, it's Purdy to throw it.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Walker is in. Touchdown, 49ers. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away.
With it on the return now, here's Westbrook.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Holding, receiving team.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted a third time.
Sauce Gardner picks it off. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Back to throw, Purdy. He completes this to Walker.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And this taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized. Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
It's a gain of 14 yards. That's good. 4 on Lions. First down.
Slot man moves right.
And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And down he he goes. The 49ers get there. Nick Bosa able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They'll start following the interception in great field position at the 45. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, those backups on the sideline, they got to be eagerly anticipating the 4th quarter upcoming. Look at the size of the lead, how they're moving the football. This defense really struggling and giving up plays like we just saw.
Yeah, Stars have certainly done all they've needed to in this one, haven't they? But my question is, will he be able to resist the urge to continue to run things up a bit and get his main guys a few bonus stats before he calls them off the field?
And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Purdy with it on 3rd and long.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
With it on the return now, here's Westbrook.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Back to throw here.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
19 yards. And the Lions 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
Got a man. That's Ayuk.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 47-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory.
We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
21 yards there on 3rd down. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
On the give, here's Gibbs.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and 2. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Pope. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
From the 5, here's 2nd and 2.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Gibbs is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Lions 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Purdy now to throw off the play action.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And down inside the 40 to about the 38.
73 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. Now 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 38-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Detroit's offense ready to take over. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this fourth quarter.
And now here is another interception.
Sauce Gardner picks it off.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. Purdy now on second down.
And Walker has it. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31. Defensively, they rally quickly after the broken tackle.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he is going to have a Niners first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Walker.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Purdy's throw pulled in by Jefferson.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That is caught, and he is going to have a 49ers first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's Purdy. Got this complete to the tight end Pitts. And the Niners are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Once more, Purdy looking to throw.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Justin Jefferson
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Moody good with the extra point.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. Taken at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And Detroit getting set to go now.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw.
That is caught by Laporta.
And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
That's another Detroit Lions first down.
They're going to look to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Niners are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Sticking with Walker on second down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 106 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On second down, it's Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Again, it's Walker.
A little juke.
And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Here's Walker.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point try now for Moody.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So that drive goes 8 plays.
And it was Ken Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. On the return, Westbrook from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone. As time is run out on